Are you looking for a new recipe for leftover turkey? Well, today we are sharing 3 recipes for you to try. Just as a note before we get started, check below in the description box for the link to the full recipes, including ingredient amounts. Let's get started. This is a recipe for chicken parmesan casserole, and I believe that because you can use leftover chicken, that you could also use leftover turkey. So we have already boiled some rigatoni pasta. You could also use penne, and we've drained it and we put it back in the pot. Now we're going to start adding in some of our other ingredients. Now we're adding in some marinara. We also added a cup of mozzarella cheese, and we're also adding, well, the recipe calls for 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese, but it says to use 1/3 of the Parmesan cheese. So it's 1/3 of a third.
Third.
Third of a third. And you just mix that together. All right, so the next thing you need to do is make sure that you have your 9x13 dish ready by making sure that you use some cooking spray or oil or something to keep it from sticking. Then you're going to put half of your pasta in. All right, so the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to add some of your chicken that you already have pre-cooked because you're using turkey, so pre-cooked turkey. Or if you wanted to, you could use this for, a pre-cooked chicken like rotisserie chicken, or we will make a whole chicken. Sometimes we put it in the oven, sometimes we put it in the crock pot. But either way, you can use the leftovers from that whole chicken. All right, now we're adding 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. So I don't have it measured out, just used a little bit of that. Yep. And we're going to add another cup of mozzarella cheese. And now we're going to repeat that step by adding the rest of the pasta, and then we'll do the same thing on the top is add the cheeses and more chicken and stuff. And you finish off, you got your layer there, your chicken, and then you finish off all your Parmesan and all your mozzarella on the top of this. It's gonna go baked uncovered in the oven on 375 degrees for 25 minutes. But since we used pre-cooked chicken, we're going to add one more step. So when it's been about 15 minutes, we're going to be adding one other thing to it so that it has more of that Parmesan breaded chicken kind of taste, and we'll show you that. All right, since we are using leftover chicken, we want to still give it that like chicken Parmesan taste. So what we've done is melt some butter. We're adding some breadcrumbs. We're going to stir that up. And then when the dish has gone about 15 minutes, we're going to add this to the top and then put it back in the oven for 10 more minutes. So now we're just going to spread our little mixture over the top. All right, and as I've already noted, we put it back in the oven for 10 more minutes. All right, so before our next step, I do want to say that after it went the 10 minutes, we turned the oven up to 425 and put this back in for 5 minutes. And so it browned the top really nicely. This does give that Parmesan chicken vibe, huh? Anyway, so the only thing left to do now that it's cooked is to just add some parsley to it, like on the top for some cuteness. We're using dried, you can use fresh, but this is it. You want to do a taste test? This did come out of the oven just like a minute ago, so it's probably going to be quite hot. Yeah, I just saw smoke rising. All right, what do you think?
Fine. Chicken parm.
Tastes like chicken parm. All right, so there you go. So you recommend?
Yeah.
Yeah, he recommends. I haven't tasted it yet, but he recommends, so we're going to go with that. And again, you can, I think it would work with turkey as well. So use up those leftovers. Don't throw them in the garbage can. Make some Parmesan turkey casserole.
This is a recipe for chicken bubble biscuit bake. And again, this is something that you can substitute with pre-cooked turkey. And so if you got leftovers from Christmas, or in the future, if you see this and you've got leftovers from Thanksgiving, then we hope that this will be a good recipe for you. We don't know. We have never had this before. We just found a recipe that called for pre-cooked chicken. We said, let's give it a try. So we have prepared a dish that we've already sprayed with oil. And so we've got that ready. We've got our oven preheating to 350 degrees. Now we have a bowl here, and we're going to mix our stuff up in this bowl. We're going to start with our leftover chicken. Of course, if you're doing this with turkey, leftover turkey. We're also going to be adding cream of chicken soup, and you may be wondering why mine looks a little different than what you get in the can. That's because this is homemade, so it doesn't have the turmeric in it that turns it yellow. We also have, the recipe calls for sour cream. We did not buy sour cream. This is plain Greek yogurt, which you can always substitute for sour cream. If you have plain Greek yogurt in your home because you eat yogurt, then just skip the sour cream, use Greek yogurt instead. Just make sure that it's plain, okay? You don't want to add vanilla to your...
to your chicken.
Yeah, to your chicken, to your bubble biscuit bake. All right, and ranch seasoning. And again, this is homemade ranch seasoning, so that's why it's in a jar, not in a packet. But it's the same texture. You just use about 3 tablespoons, so when you make a batch, it lasts for a little while. So now we're going to mix that up. Now we're adding shredded sharp cheddar cheese. The recipe creator wrote half of a bag, and so we're just guessing that the bags are usually 16 ounces. So we figure that means 8 ounces. And we shred our own cheese. We don't buy the bags, so that's why we were like, yeah, we shredded 8 ounces of cheese. We're putting half of the 8 ounces in there, and we're going to stir that together. All right, here we're doing another substitute. The recipe called for Pillsbury Grand biscuits, Pillsbury Grand's Junior biscuits, and we could not find those on the shelf anywhere. Like, we couldn't even find it online as an available thing. Maybe that's something that's not made anymore. So we just got the regular Grand's flaky biscuits, and we're just hoping for that this will be the right size. But it said from what we saw, the Junior's biscuit cans are usually 12 ounces, and the regular Grand's biscuits are about 16 ounces. So we just weighed out 12 ounces. Yep. And we're hoping that that is the correct measurement for what we're going to do. We went ahead and quartered them. And I don't know if because they're Grand's and not Grand's Junior biscuits, maybe we should have cut them even more. I don't know. No. But anyway, we're adding those in. Now we're going to gently fold the biscuits into the mixture. All right, so now we take our mixture and we put it in the dish. And it was kind of heavy, so I told Joel to take over. I don't remember how many servings this is supposed to be. I think maybe like 8 or something. So we are expecting leftovers of this because it does look like it would be a very rich dish. You probably wouldn't be able to eat a ton of it at one time anyway. So I think it's like 8 servings, so we should have leftovers. So if you only have a couple of people, this would last you more than one night, probably. I don't see how it couldn't. I mean, that is thick.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so now what it says to do is to sprinkle the rest of that 8 ounces of cheese, so it'd be like 4 ounces on the top. Again, hopefully we got that right. If not, we have some other cheese shredded and we could just grab it if it just don't look like it's going to be enough, but hopefully this is. And I think the idea is that those Grand's biscuits are supposed to rise up to the top as it cooks. This is going to go in the oven for 40 minutes, so you just put it in the oven and let it do its thing, I guess. You're going to take it out when it's golden brown and bubbly. And then it does recommend that you let it sit for a little bit to let it cool before serving. But anyway, that's what we got. And you think good? Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right, it's going in the oven. All right, so it is done. As you can see, all the biscuits didn't rise to the top. Just
Or
some
they're kind of
on top of each other.
on top of each other.
Something. Joel said he thought that maybe we should have just like placed them in place. But anyway, okay, so we're gonna do a quick taste test. Maybe we should have like moved it around and made sure that there was biscuit throughout. Like maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, but I like ranch flavored things, so I'm not surprised that I would say it's pretty good. And Joel would
Got
just
an
say,
overwhelmingly ranchy taste.
okay, that's why he's saying, because he's not cute. Like he doesn't mind ranch, but he doesn't like it as like a strong flavor. So this is not going to be his favorite thing. But if you love ranch, and especially when it's mixed with cheese and chicken, then this might be a winning recipe for you. Or, pre-cooked turkey instead of the chicken, because that was the point of this video, right? Anyway, turkey cheese and ranch.
That's right.
So, yeah. All right, give that a try. This is a recipe for chicken pot pie. It is listed as a high protein chicken pot pie. I'm not sure what makes it high protein other than the amount of chicken in it. It does call for 1 whole pound of chicken. So maybe that's why. But just a lot of chicken in it, which I'm fine with. I love that. Chicken is probably one of my favorite proteins. I know it's not everybody's, but it is mine. But I did not make this for Joel, so he will not be involved in any taste test or anything during the video, because I am putting English peas in it, which he will not eat. So anyway, and full disclosure, I didn't have any pre-cooked chicken already made, which I am suggesting that you swap this out for turkey. But I don't have any pre-cooked chicken made at the moment, so I'm just using canned chicken. I did put it in a skillet already, and I sauteed it so that it would like cook out some of the liquid and stuff that is, typically in canned chicken. So even though I drained it, I sauteed it as well to reduce that. So now I have my pot on medium heat with a tablespoon of olive oil in it, and we're going to start adding stuff. I'm adding garlic, and if you like onion, you could add onions at this point as well. You can also add carrots and celery at this point. You can, kind of play around with what vegetables you put in it, but these are the, ones that are listed in the recipe, and I am going by what the recipe creator said, except for the onions. And we're just going to saute our vegetables here. All right, so now we're going to add our sauteed chicken into the pot. Chicken broth, our English peas, rosemary, and thyme. Now we're going to bring this up to a simmer. Meanwhile, in a bowl, mix together flour, and you can use milk, heavy cream, half and half. This is actually a mixture of both. Heavy cream is really mostly milk. So it's a mixture of heavy cream and milk, but mostly milk, because I was almost finished with a carton of heavy whipping cream. So I just finished off the heavy whipping cream and then added the milk that I had left. And you just want to mix that together and make sure to get out all the lumps. Oh, I forgot to note that I did add some onion powder just because I don't mind the flavor. But anyway, I got the pot simmering, and now I'm going to add my cream mixture here. We want to stir it, just make sure we don't get any lumps. And we're going to simmer for another 10 to 15 minutes or so. We're looking for this soup to get a little thicker. It's thickened up now, and so I'm just adding a little salt, a little black pepper. Also suggested adding a little parsley. The creator suggested that you could do some other things, like you could throw some flaky biscuits in there or something like that, to make it more like a pot pie on top. You could also make some crusty bread or something like that for the side. Or a couple of, flaky biscuits on the side, and just dip it or eat it like you want to there. And so all of that would have been good. I didn't have any of those things to work with. So it's too bad that my daughter-in-law isn't here, because she probably would have had some sourdough made, and I could have had sourdough toast on the side of this, which would have been fantastic as well. But anyway, I'm going to do a quick taste test. Yeah, this is good. I would definitely do this. And I know that I used canned chicken that I sauteed. So I know like regular chicken or your leftover turkey from Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner will be even better, because, canned chicken can only do so much. It's never going to be like fresh leftover turkey or fresh leftover chicken, because this has been in a can and juices, so or in liquid. So anyway, so yeah, I would think if this is good with canned chicken, then it can't be anything but better with turkey or chicken. So anyway, that is this recipe. We hope that you enjoyed today's recipes, and would love to know if you plan to try one or both of them, or maybe all three. If you found value in this video, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and hyping our videos to help us in the algorithm. And until the next video, we want to thank you for watching. Remember, it's a long run. Give yourself a little grace. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.